I was thinking about this idea of the death of the ego and trying to understand what that really looks like. And I think maybe it's related to this question of the crack and whether it's happens very differently in different people. And then the kind of tangential question is, we all have gifts that we bring to the world, and how do our gifts change as our ego dies? And how do we experience those gifts as they change?
Kermit, although it is legitimate to speak of the death of the ego, I occasionally refer to its dissolution, and some traditions emphasize it, but I don't recommend you give it any thought. The ego never really lived, so there's no question of it dying. The ego is not an entity. It is a belief and a feeling. It is an imaginary limitation of the only one that truly is. Infinite consciousness or self-aware being. When King Lear traces his way back through the layers of his experience, and there is the recognition, I am John Smith. Does King Lear die at that moment? No. He never really lived. He was always John Smith from the beginning, albeit veiled by thoughts and feelings. So we have to be very careful with the idea of the death of the ego. It's one of the subtler ways, the attempt to bring the ego to an end is one of the subtler ways the ego perpetuates itself on the spiritual circuit. Don't think about the death of the ego. Think about who you truly are. Just emphasize that. And the apparent ego, by which I mean the activity of thinking and feeling I am something other than infinite consciousness, will gradually leave you. And that will then affect not only your thoughts and feelings, but also your activities and relationships in the world. And in response to your question about gifts, your gifts, your faculties, what you do and say and make in the world, will then increasingly begin to express the qualities that are inherent in the one you truly are, the qualities of peace, joy, love, beauty. And they will cease expressing the qualities of the one that you previously seemed to be, the fears, the anxieties. And the gifts, whatever your gifts are, whatever you do or say or make in the world, will communicate the place in yourself from which they come. So if you make music, as was evident to us last night, or if you write poetry, or if you make objects, or if you're a therapist and you help people, or if you're a doctor, or whatever you do, if you're a parent bringing up children, whatever you do in your life will be informed by and a communication of, an expression of the qualities that are innate in you. And as such, they will be the means by which you bring this understanding out into the world.
Thank you.